Today we're going to do some crowbar planting. Crowbar planting is where you use a crowbar and wiggle it around a bit, and then you pre-water the hole and then you drop a tube in. So I'm going to show you the method now. Here we've got a standard crowbar. Just drop that in the soil, wiggle it around, bang again in the same hole, and again. After a while you get good at landing it in the same hole. And now we've got a hole which, let's face it, is around about twice the depth of the tube. This is perfect because when we pre-water it, the water is going to soak into the bottom of the hole and moisten that, and it's going to train the roots to go downwards instead of being starved of water. This is typically good for infill planting where you don't want to disturb the soil, you don't want to do any digging. If you do some diggings and disturb the mulch or the roots, you give opportunities for weeds to infest that area. So this is a very discreet way of planting, and it's also very water conscious. There's another nice hole there which we can fill up with water. And you can see these other lomandras that are here. There's some lomandra longifolia. These ones are about half the potential size that they could get. We are increasing the density of the planting to provide habitats for frogs, small reptiles, other small creatures that need the protection of these slightly spiky plants. Lomandra hystrix is in fact the spiny lomandra. Longifolia means long leaves. Lomandras naturally grow in areas where they're very poor soils, and they cling in amongst the rocks and the stones and the pebbles and into the sand, and they're very, very hard to wash out. They're incredibly tenacious plants, and so they're the perfect erosion control. Here I have a Lomandra hystrix. This is the spiny lomandra, or the green mat rush. I'm going to pop it in this hole here, which we've dug with the crowbar, and which has had some water crystals put in it. So to get the lomandra easily out of the tube, just give it a tap on the side. That forces the whole thing up, and then you can pull it out without putting any strain on the plant itself. Just clear a little path for it to go in there. Press it down firmly in the hole. Just backfill a little around the plant, and then give it a good tread down, squelching it up. And there's a little bit of space underneath the plant which is full of water crystals and soggy dirt, and it'll grow into that over the next few days, and there won't be any need to put any more water on that, probably ever. Kind of odd things, aren't they? What do they feel like?
Squelchy. They're like little jellyfish.
These are casuarina. These are wonderful plants for just beside the creek because they hold the bank together. They also drop their needles and suppress a bit, so they suppress weeds, and so in the natural situation you get quite a lot of groves of these very close together alongside the creek bank. Planting with this density would normally be quite difficult with just a mini mattock. You'd be moving a lot of soil around, and it'd be quite a lot of effort. This is a much more efficient method. Now, how long did it take me to dig those holes? Probably around about 2 or 3 minutes. And tapping these lomandras and dropping them into the holes, nice and moist. And take another 2 or 3 minutes. Probably got around about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants going in here. So 8 plants in 8 minutes. And didn't even raise a sweat.
That's a wrap.
Beautiful.
So I think